Hey, I'm Rhonda with True North Total Wellness, and welcome back to the TNTW Lunar Report, the series where I break down every full moon so you can work with the energy intentionally. Today, we're talking about the full moon on May 31st, and this one is genuinely special, so let's get into it. This is the full moon in Sagittarius, and it's a blue moon. A blue moon is the second full moon in a single calendar month. So May 2026 opened with a full moon on May 1st, and it closes with another one on May 31st. This is rare and where we get the phrase once in a blue moon, but as we'll see, they also matter energetically. So a blue moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the sign of truth, expansion, and freedom. It's ruled by Jupiter, which is the planet of abundance, optimism, and vision. Fire sign, mutable energy, the cosmic archer. So energetically, this full moon here is expansive and wild. Truths get revealed, things you've been quietly carrying get a little too heavy to keep holding on to, and something in you, something honest, really wants to move. So the energetic words that I would use to describe this moon are going to be expansive, truth-seeking, liberation, courageous, wild. And let's sit with liberation specifically, because that word can feel very big and very dramatic, like you need to burn something down or make a massive leap. But that's not really what liberation means here. Sometimes liberation is just releasing a perspective that you've outgrown, a story about yourself that once made sense but doesn't fit anymore. It can also be a belief that you inherited, not one that you chose. The Sagittarius full moon illuminates those things. It shines a light on the gap between who you've been performing and who you actually are right now. And because this is a blue moon, there's an added and amplified layer here, because this event doesn't come around often in this sign or at this time. So it's asking you to be a little bit more honest than usual, maybe a little bit more courageous than what's comfortable, and a little bit more willing to claim how far you've actually come. So yes, this energy can create a little bit of pressure, and that's the pressure to have it all figured out, the pressure, the fearless, and to leap before you're actually ready. But I want you to remember that that's not the medicine. The medicine is actually in the truth seeking, not the performance of truth. So you don't have to announce anything or overhaul your life in any major way. You just have to start by being incredibly honest with yourself first. So I want you to acknowledge the things that feel stirred up, the uncomfortable and inconvenient truths that surface, because that's the moon illuminating what was already ready to move. Recognize that this, in and of itself, is an act of courage. So let's talk crystals, and I have 3 crystal allies for this moon. The first one is going to be Lapis Lazuli, and this is the truth teller's stone. Historically, it's used for honest communication with yourself and others. So if something needs to be said, if a truth needs to be named, you want to work with lapis this full moon. The other one is going for Labradorite. This one I'm especially drawn to for a blue moon specifically. Labradorite holds the energy of the liminal, the magical, the in-between. So a blue moon is rare and it's a threshold moment. So Labradorite is going to help you trust what you can feel, but you can't fully see yet. Next is going to be turquoise, and this is your grounding anchor on a moon that's this wild and this expansive. Turquoise keeps you rooted in yourself while you stretch toward the horizon. It's also deeply connected to authentic expression, which is exactly what this moon is calling for. So let's talk about who's feeling this most directly. Your most activated signs are going to be Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo, and Pisces. So if your sun, moon, or rising is any of these signs, you are at the center of this energy, and things may feel a little bit more intense and more revealing and even more urgent for you. And that's intentional. You want to lean into that energy rather than away from it. Subtle shifts are going to be happening for Aries and Leo. Fire family feels this moon like a quiet permission slip, a boost of inspiration, a nudge towards boldness, and you might notice clarity arriving under this moon that you weren't actually expecting. Some plant medicine for this moon. I'll put all of these in the caption below so you do have those to reference later. The first one is going to be Tulsi, also called holy basil. So this one is good for clarity, spiritual alignment, and nervous system support. So when you need to hear yourself think and trust what you are thinking, Tulsi is going to be your herb. Next one is going to be orange peel. Orange peel is good for joy, optimism, and uplifting. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and orange peel carries that same solar and expansive energy. This is the herb for the blue moon layer. It's rare, it's bright, it's celebratory. And finally, ginger for its warming and activating qualities. Sagittarius rules the liver and the hips, and ginger supports the liver while also igniting your inner fire. So it's grounding and energizing all at once. And remember that you can work with these all alone, or you can blend them into a beautiful, joyful cup, or you can add any of these herbs to an existing tea blend that you already love. I do want to offer you 3 practices for this moon. The first one is going to be vision mapping. Remember, a blue moon is rare, and so is the vision that you've been holding back. So sit down and map out that vision, not a safe version of it, but a very real version of it. You can write it, you can draw it, you can lay it out however you want to, but I do just want you to claim it on paper under the energy of this moon. Next one is going to be the Wanderer's Walk. And for this one, you're just going to let your feet lead you without a destination. I know it sounds crazy, right? But so no podcast, no plan. You're going to just ask your intuition to show you what you need to see and let it answer you as you walk. And finally, is going to be wisdom gathering. This is a Sagittarius specialty. Pull from what this season has actually taught you. Journal it, speak it aloud, share it with somebody that you trust. The wisdom that you've gathered this cycle deserves to be named. 3 questions to sit with under this full moon if you journal or have a reflective practice. So I do want you to just find a quiet moment, maybe grab one of those teas and let these actually land for you. So number 1 is going to be, where have I outgrown my current perspective? Number 2, what truth is asking to be honored more fully? Number 3, how far have I actually come, and am I celebrating that? The last one really does matter because full moons are harvest moons. They ask you to look back at the distance you traveled, not to compare that to anyone else's path, and not to measure that against where you think you should be, but just to actually see it and to honor it. And I can guarantee you that you've probably come further than you're actually giving yourself credit for. And if you want to go deeper with this moon energy, there is a full Sagittarius moon medicine guide inside of the TNTW portal. It has rituals, body wisdom, tea blends, altar guidance, and much more. And you can find everything at TNTWportal.com, or you can also use the link below to check that out. So I just want you to remember that this blue moon in Sagittarius is rare, and so is the version of you that's ready to tell the truth. So let your path be wide, let your truth be loud, and trust the horizon even when you can't see where it ends. So that's your TNTW Lunar Report, and I'll see you at the next full moon.